Hi Capricorn, welcome to your love reading. Grab a warm drink, find a comfy spot, and let's see what Spirit has to say. Today I will be doing a love reading, and if you don't have a love life, don't worry, because I have something for you as well. The first portion of this reading will be for those of you involved with somebody, and the second portion of the reading will be for those of you who are single. Then we will finish off the reading with a self-care card and an affirmation card as usual, which will apply to both portions of the reading. I'll put timestamps in the description box below so you can jump around to whichever portion of the reading you'd like. And this reading is good from the first week of January to the first week of February. So let's go ahead and jump right in. The first portion of our reading will be for those of you who are involved. So you could be in a long-term relationship, married, short-term relationship, situationship, however this applies to you. We're going to take a look at your energy, what's going on with you, your person's energy, what's going on with them, what's going on between you guys, the advice, and then the outcome should you follow the advice. So let's see what we have for Capricorn. Well. This looks very interesting. So we start off the reading with you and what's going on with you. You have the indecision card. So I'm wondering if some of you are kind of trying to decide if this is really the person that you want to be with, or whether to stay or whether to go. Okay. So some of you love the person that you're with very much. Okay? You love them, you appreciate them, but I think somewhere inside of you, somewhere deep down, some secret part of you, you feel like you could do better, or that you could find somebody who is better for you. But when you think about this, it feels very overwhelming. Like, I don't want to start all over. I don't want to have to go through all that again, or through all this again, and date again, and this and that and this. But it's kind of like staying also feels heavy as well. So it's like when you think about staying or going, both of them feel heavy. So that's where you're at and what's going on with you. Your person, they have honesty. The Knight of Wands, the Eight of Swords, the Four of Pentacles. So this person, I don't think this person wants to break up. I think this person loves you very much and wants to stay with you. But I do feel like this person is having trouble being honest with you, because they fear that if they're honest with you, that you will leave this relationship. And what they want to be honest with you, or what they, I guess, are avoiding being honest with you about, is your side of this. So here's the thing about relationships, is that it always takes two to tango, right? So no one is perfect. You're not perfect. They're not perfect. Your relationship isn't perfect. It looks pretty good, but this is how you're feeling, and that's totally fair. But they feel like if they address any of your behaviors in the relationship that are not I don't know how to say this. They feel like they can't call you on your stuff. Is the energy of this. They feel like they can't call you, like that you have no problem calling them out on, their stuff, but that they can't call you out on your stuff because they're scared that would cause you to leave. Oh boy. Okay. So what's going on between you two, you have worry, and that obviously makes a lot of sense. Ace of Cups, Hermit, Queen of Pentacles. I think you're both worried that this could end. I think that you're both just worried in general. And this isn't like, I don't see this being do or die at this point in how you're both feeling. I think that this is just what's going on with you guys right now in your relationship. I don't see this at a coming to a head at this point. I think you're both just kind of trying to figure out each other and, what you really want and like how to be, a partner and a partner to somebody and have somebody be a partner to you. So there's just like a general underlying like worry about the relationship. And it seems silly, to be honest. I'm going to be honest. It seems really silly. Because this person is happy. And it's like they're choosing here to be in hermit mode instead of, and we all need our time in hermit mode, and I totally get that. Okay, I see here. Some of you need need a break. Some of you need some space. Some of you need some time alone. Okay, so here's the funny thing, and this is getting oddly specific. This is the energy that I'm getting off of this. I feel like you're kind of like hemming and hawing about whether to stay in this relationship, but I think that it is a good relationship. But for some reason, you're over here hemming and hawing about whether or not to stay or go. This person feels like they can't be honest with you about, some of the ways that you may treat them sometimes because they feel like, well, if I say something about this or whatever, maybe that they'll want to leave. But I feel like if your other person would just say like, screw it, if you want to go, then you're more than welcome to leave. I think that would trigger something inside of you that would make you be like, well, wait. Actually, now that I think about it, I don't want this relationship to end. So it's kind of like the tighter that they hold on, it's like an Elvira energy. The tighter that they hold on, the more you want to wiggle away. You know what I mean? If they would just take a step back and relax a little bit, I think that would be good for your relationship. Because I don't think you really do want to leave this relationship. You're hemming and hawing about it, but like this is the underlying energy. This is how it feels when you think about leaving. It feels overwhelming. It feels not good. It feels like a lot of work. So you don't really want to leave this relationship. But there's some like nuance between you guys where it's like magnets. It's like magnets. So right now, you two are, which way do the magnets go? So it's like when you're both flipped the right way or the wrong way or the opposite way, whatever way it is. So this person's like constantly pushing, and it's pushing you further away. Okay? If they would back up and give you some space, you could flip that, it would flip that around, and then you go shoop, and you'd come together. Does that make sense? I hope it did. I'm not good at magnets, okay? So your advice, let's move on to the advice. The advice is imagination. You got Death, Seven of Cups, Magician. Okay. So your advice, the advice for both of you is to think outside the box, okay? Think outside the box. Like this person, I can clearly see they need to just honestly take a step back and detach that like anxious energy. Stop putting that anxious energy into the relationship, like constantly asking if you're okay, constantly touching you, constantly this, constantly that. You know what I mean? This person needs to take a step back and flip it around. Give you a little bit of space. You need to use your imagination here as to how you can have your needs met realistically, how you can realistically get your needs met while being in this relationship. So if you need some space and some alone time, but you live together, you're going to have to get creative. Okay. So, you know, these are probably not going to be huge chunks of time. This is probably not going to be like a 2-week vacation. You know what I mean? But if you can find little bits of time here and there, that will help with this, okay? And I think that it's really, really important that you guys communicate with each other. Because the Magician here, like both of you have all the tools available to you to fix this, to make it work, to flip things in the right direction. You have all the tools available. You just have to kind of like figure out how to put it all together, okay? So get creative is your advice. It's their advice as well. Like, you know, you guys could talk, if you do live together, it is hard to spend time apart. So, you know, maybe you guys can talk about, you know, you going and sleeping at your mom's house or your sister's house or whatever. And this person could, you know, just be okay with you having a little bit of space, and then they can try and find something to fill their time with that is not just worrying about, because at the end of the day, you can do this and they can do that, and you guys can change your behavior, but if you guys don't change how you feel and the energy between you guys, it isn't going to change. It's like the magnets, like I said, okay? You guys, like, the more, because you're both flipped the same way right now. So the more this person comes towards you, the further it's going to push you away. So they need to just take a step back, and then yours will flip, and then they can be drawn together. So that's your advice. So this is really cool, Capricorn. The outcome, should you follow the advice, is happiness. So there you go. Is there any more to say? King of Wands, Page of Wands, Nine of Wands. So, like, do you need any more wands? I'm feeling like a lot of like spicy sexual energy from this. And then I'm also feeling like the passion is going to come back. There can't be any passion when one person feels suffocated. So the outcome, should you follow the advice, is yeah, there's going to be a lot more happiness. There's going to be a lot more passion, compassion for each other. Things will just honestly turn out really, really well for you guys if you can get creative and figure out, you know, ways where you can both get your needs met. And, you know, hopefully this person can kind of stop feeling so anxious about losing you. So maybe if you put their mind at ease, that'll kind of help with that. And yeah, get creative and spend some time, you know, on your own, things like that. That was a really cool message. So we're going to move on now to the singles part of the reading. So I just have to shuffle the cards here. And if you just watched the couples part, you can jump in the description box below. There is a timestamp where you can jump to the end to the self-care card and the affirmation card, because that is for both. All right, let's get into it for singles. I hope everybody had an amazing holiday with their friends and their family. Okay, so singles, we're going to take a look at you, what you got going on, your future person, what they have going on, and then how or when will you be brought together. So let's dive right in for Capricorn, please. For Capricorn. Oh boy. Got some big feelings. All right, so we start off your portion of the reading here with you, what you got going on, and you have fear. So let's see what this is. We'll pull some tarot. Six of Swords, King of Pentacles, and the Devil. Some of you could be afraid to make the same mistakes again. Some of you... Oh, okay. So some of you right now, what's happening with you is I think that you are single. You've been single for a minute. But you are still energetically connected to the person that you were with. I heard on again, off again. So you may have had like an on again, off again thing with this person for years and years and years. Oh no, they're coming through in this. Okay, I'm just going to stick to this for now. Okay. So you're still connected to somebody energetically from your past. Okay, that's what's going on. And I think that, like you've been single for a minute, like I said. So you got, your life, your job, your family, whatever you got going on in your life. And I think that you there's some negative emotions that you haven't been understanding where they're coming from, why they're still here, or why they're here in the first place. And it's because you're still energetically connected to your past person. So I think that all, the ties have been severed and whatever, but energetically you're still connected. So depending on, what you're into spiritually, there are a lot of options for disconnecting from a past person. So if you're into it, you could do something like a cord cutting, or you could go see someone to do a cord cutting. I honestly would not recommend going to see somebody. You can do that yourself, and you should do it yourself. Or you could, just like go to therapy or a counselor and kind of talk it out and, try and release those emotions and stuff like that. Or you could just, do some meditation. You could pray, talk to your spirit guides, angels, whoever you talk to. There are lots of options here. So whichever one feels best for you and your situation, wherever you feel called to disconnect from this past person, go do that, okay? Because energetically you're still tied together. Okay, so we move. Don't worry about that, okay? This doesn't mean that you're going to be stuck here forever. That's not what this means at all, okay? It's honestly, once people do disconnect energetically from like past people, they're like, oh my God, that was so much easier than I thought it was going to be. Like, It seems like, oh my God, I'm connected to them energetically. Like, how am I going to get away from this? And it's honestly so much easier. Like, you can just do this like a bunch of days in a row. You just close your eyes and you picture a cord made of light connecting like from your heart to their heart. And you imagine yourself cutting it in the middle. And then you imagine you rolling up your half and you sticking it back into your heart. And you wish them well and you release them to the universe. It doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be scary. It's just sometimes we don't know that we're still connected energetically, right? Another good thing to do would be to like clear your space, clean your space. If you do saging or anything like that, do that. Spring cleaning, moving around your furniture, stuff like that to just kind of like freshen up your surroundings. Okay, so moving on to your future person. They have guilt. The 5 of Wands, the Star, and the 9 of Wands. Okay, so I pulled these cards asking for the energy of your future person, but I'm not going to just try and make this fit. I'm going to just give you the message that Spirit gave me because that's what I came here to do. So unfortunately, because you are still energetically connected to this person from this past or from your past, that is the person's energy that came through. So this is not your future person. This is your past person. So I'm going to just give you the messages that I'm getting. They feel extremely guilty for all the fighting, all the arguing, all the drama, all the whatever happened between you guys. Okay? So here's why you're still connected energetically, because they have the star energy. They are sitting around hoping and wishing and hoping and wishing and hoping and wishing for you to come back. Okay? And when somebody is constantly thinking about us and like attempting to connect with us in real life and just pouring a lot of energy into thinking about us, energy is... it's not something you can create or destroy, right? It's always there. So if somebody's constantly thinking about you, you're going to be connected to them energetically unless you decide, okay, this is what, like I'm cutting this cord. I don't want anything to do with this. Shoo, move along. It's funny though, and so I understand why you left this person. It's funny though because they're very defensive. I feel like they're really defensive. But I think after you broke up, they may have made it seem like they weren't as defensive. When you were together, they were very defensive. But after you broke up, they're like, no, it was totally my fault. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely. Please take me back. But it would just go back to the same thing. It would just go back to the same thing. So absolutely good for you for leaving. So here is where it gets tricky, because I'm supposed to pull your energy, your future person's energy, and then how and when will you guys come together? But because of your specific situation and this actually being your past person, I'm going to actually pull the tarot before I get into this. Let's see what this ends up being here. Because you got the indecision card. Yeah. Okay. So the universe wants you to know a couple things. 1, you could choose to go back to this person if you wanted to. 2, you could choose to never speak to this person and move along if you wanted to. Either way, don't stay stuck where you are. But I would highly, highly suggest that you do not go back to this person, that you move on with your life, okay? Because there are better things waiting for you. But the reason the indecision card came out is because you're still so energetically connected. Okay? So until, like, the universe is basically like, I can't give you much information, or, like, we don't know where things are going to go because you haven't, like, fully, like, disconnected from this person, right? Because we could go our whole lives, just going around and around and around and not learning one lesson. Or we all have free will. So we could choose to kind of move along with our life lessons. And some of us are column A and some of us are column B, right? So what the universe is saying is that, like, once this is completed, you this person's blocked, you don't talk to this person anymore, you've disconnected energetically, you're doing fine on your own, you're doing your own thing, then the universe can reassess and be like, okay, where are we going next? You know what I mean? With the Page of Cups, I think the universe does have someone else that they want to bring forward to you. But again, the universe can't do anything until you are physically and energetically completely cut off from this last person. All right, well, that was an interesting reading. Okay, so we're going to finish off the reading with our self-care card and our affirmation card. Self-care card is something you can do in the next week the next month or so to practice self-care and show yourself a little bit of love. So self-care for Capricorn, please. Ooh, I love this. I don't know if I have ever gotten this card before. You have aromatherapy. And I'm just going to be completely honest, Capricorn. I know absolutely nothing about aromatherapy. So if you're into that, I would do some of that. So other than, like, specifically aromatherapy, I think really what this card is saying is just taking some time for yourself. Taking some time for yourself, some alone time where you're relaxed, you're doing exactly what you want to be doing. Nobody's asking you for nothing, nobody's calling you, nobody's texting you, you don't have your phone. You're just relaxing and being at peace with being with yourself, okay? So that was a cool card to come through. Oh, okay. I guess you have these two and they just flew right out. So, okay, so your affirmation cards are: my true safety lies in my capacity to align with the love of the universe. Okay, so here's the thing. I actually think these both came out separately for a reason, because I think that if you came here from the reading for people who are involved, and if you came here from the reading for singles, these are different. So I'm going to start with the one for the people who are involved, okay? I believe this one is for you. The universe is always conspiring to support me, guide me, and lead me compassionately toward the highest good. So I think what this is really saying is that the universe has your back. Like, life is not against you. Nothing bad is going to happen if you just relax. You know what I mean? Like, I think, yeah, you just need some alone time. And you need to just trust that good things are happening to you, for you, around you. You are doing good things. Okay? So one more time before we go, for those of you who watch the couples reading, this is your affirmation for the next month or so. The universe is always conspiring to support me, guide me, and lead me compassionately toward the highest good. Beautiful. Okay, so for those of you who watched the singles reading, I think that this card is for you. My true safety lies in my capacity to align with the love of the universe. So you get right with you get right with whoever you believe in spiritually. You know what I mean? Do those things that we talked about, cutting the cord and all that stuff. And I think that you maybe come back next month to the next love reading, and I think we'll be able to get a much more clear answer as to your actual future person and what's going to happen with that. Okay, Capricorn, that's what I have for you today. I hope this reading has been insightful. Until next time, remember, you are smart, kind, beautiful, and brave. Bye, my friend.